Hello everyone, Mike1217 here, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I don't know if you can hear that lady moaning in the background, it's kind of annoying me, but, yeah, where is that coming from? Because I can hear that, I'm trying to let the music of the town set in, because it's very peaceful music here, especially when it's raining like this. This is actually a very peaceful rain right now. Is it one of these? I guess it's these ladies. What what are you yapping about over here? Private conversation. Well, if you're so loud, we can't, I can't ignore it. Anyway, yeah. The with the rain in this game, it's kind of cool how it seems to kind of vary in the intensity. Sometimes it seems like it's raining hard. Sometimes it seems like it's raining light, just like in the real world. Maybe that's my imagination. I mean, I know there's normal rain in the game, and then there's thunderstorm, where there's lightning and all that stuff, and it's a lot more intense. And we haven't, I don't think we've seen that yet. But sometimes it just seems like when it's raining without the thunder and lightning, even like the intensity of the rain picks up and whatnot. And because it's raining, it's gonna be hard to climb. Luckily, this is a very easy uh, wall to climb. It's very bulky, or bulgy, or whatever you want to call it. So we can get up here. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing something that I waited so long to do in my original playthrough, and it's kind of meant to be something you do early in the game, but I just never thought to do it or really paid attention to what Impa said, because Impa said to come here to Hateno Village, and I don't remember exactly why she wanted us to come here, but at least like according to her text, I don't know what the context is, but I do know what I'm supposed to be doing. However, I can't quite find what I'm looking for. Let's see, is that what I want to get to? That might be where I want to eventually get to. That is the building I want to get to, so I think I'm going the wrong way. What I'm looking for is a blue glow. I'm going to just say that for now. Looking for something, kind of a blue glow. Maybe, I thought I was up this way. Gliding on over here shouldn't hurt too bad. Because I remember seeing it right before I ended the last episode, and I was thinking, okay, well, I'll just, have my self facing that way, so I can just go straight there. But I have lost it for some reason. So I'm gonna try climbing up this way. It'll allow us to see a little more of the town, I guess. There's some parts of town that are less, have very few buildings in it. It's more just kind of, wow, what's mooing? Something's mooing. Oh yeah, over here we have kind of like a barn, I guess, with some animals in it. And every now and then you're going to see animals like this that are just kind of more domesticated. In case you're wondering, you can't kill them. You can't cruelly kill these domesticated animals, like these dogs or these cows, as much as you want ground beef. You can't have it. So, boy, I wish I knew where this... There it is. Okay, I can see it now. See something glowing blue down there. So we're going to head up a little bit closer. And float on down. Some water we might be able to check out to see if there's any treasure in there. There's a fish. A cool thing you can do with fish. We haven't actually gotten any fish yet. Let's go ahead and show this. Yeah, I don't think we have any fish yet. But whenever you see fish floating around the water, what I like to do is throw a bomb, detonate it right before it hits the water. I think that one was a little bit too early. I can't really see the fish right now, but I know they're in there. Let me try this again. I'm not going to waste the whole time with this. Yeah, you gotta wait for it to to splash. I think I got something out of it. Did I? No, I didn't. But you can see. I mean, you can still grab the fish even when they're alive, like that right there. It's the first time we caught a fish. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, as you would imagine, you can also eat fish in the game. Um, they don't really create like meat products like you do from the land animals, but they essentially serve the same purpose. You get like different kinds of seafood from it, and they all, they'll have all their different properties and stuff. So yeah, we'll kind of see those as we grab them. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I'm selecting a ruin. What I want is to remember how to play the game. Let's find. I think I have a torch. We need a torch. So what this is it's blue fire, which is pretty cool. They have blue fire in this game. It was pretty popular from Ocarina of Time. And actually, I think Ocarina of Time is the only game that had it. This will actually allow me to show something special about the torch that I don't think I've talked about yet. The torch is, as you might imagine, what a torch would usually do in the world is torch, whenever you let it on fire, Link will automatically hold it up and use it to light the way. This is kind of unfortunate that there is a small river here. I don't think I can make this jump. I don't want to try it. Link's jump in this game by itself is not very good. Where I'm trying to take this torch is up there to that building that's smoking. See that in the background? So yeah, anyway, with torches it's kind of cool, like, and then if you hit the attack button, he'll kind of lower it and light the grass on fire. Yeah, he'll lower the torch, instead of swinging it, because if he had another weapon, like a Boko Club, and lit it on fire, and hit the attack button, he'd swing it like normal. And then you can light all these beacons around the world if you want. I don't think you have to light all these. You can see these all over spread throughout the town. I don't think you have to light all of them. I never really got anything from it. But yeah, I should be able to get up here from here. You can kind of look out for these things, and just follow them. They'll kind of lead you to where you want to go. It's good to light them because if it rains, the rain will put out your torch and you'll be screwed. So, and I really hope that doesn't happen, because then I have to wait for the rain to stop for me to even continue doing what I'm doing. Now there's water again, so I have to figure out a way around the water. I should have just maybe jumped over that. Actually, no, I should be able to get there. This is totally not the way I did it last time. I remember it being a lot easier the first time to do this. But yeah, it took me forever to actually realize that I could do this. I could light this torch, and that this building that I'm going to is up here. Later on in the world, we're going to find another one of these. What that building is a tech lab. It's going to be, I think, called the Hateno Tech Lab. And there are quite a few, like, NPCs that give you clues that you need to find the tech lab and take blue fire to it. And when I saw the blue fire up here, eventually in Hateno, I thought, oh, well, I have to go to that other tech lab, because I found another tech lab on the far northeastern side of the map. And I thought, do I really have to take this blue fire all the way from here to there? But that's a long way. It is a good, in real world time, I would say 10 to 15 minute walk. And I mean, I don't really know, but it's a long way. Let's just put it that way. And I don't even know if it's possible to get there. But the problem is, the biggest problem in trying to take fire all the way from one place to the next is rain. Rain will put out your fire. And I've gotten pretty far at times when I tried to do that. It's hard to describe like where I had to go because we haven't been to the northeastern side of the map yet. But yeah, I just thought that was something this game would make you do, was take a blue fire flame like a long way across the map, and like do whatever you can to keep it protected from the elements. And if it starts to rain, you'd find like a cave or something to go into to keep from the rain. And I don't know, but that might not have been as fun as it sounds. In fact, it doesn't sound very fun. Why am I flashing? Did I burn myself? I didn't lose any health. Alright, we can put this fire away. You can go ahead and just de-equip the item, and the fire will be put out. Alright, so we'll go on in here and talk to this little lady. Linky, apparently they recognize me. Okay, let's switch over to Garden Stone working again. That's because a little with blue fire. I actually don't know how to get the blue fire to that other tech lab that I was talking about. I don't think I ever managed to do that in my last playthrough because I just don't know. Hopefully this time we can figure it out. Yeah, this is a Hateno Tech Lab. Skip through all this. I apologize again that I'm kind of, it's just a habit that I have in games. I skip through the text. Because we're just gonna get an item here. I mean, I try to just summarize up what they're saying, and really I don't know what they're saying at all. So, don't really know what else to say. But clearly this lady knows us. I don't know if she's supposed to be, I think she is supposed to be related to Impa in some way, like a granddaughter? Or am I crazy? No, I think there was the granddaughter was at the building that you met Impa in. She was like outside as like a servant or something, or assistant. Not servant. I don't think that'd be very nice to make your granddaughter your servant, your slave. Okay. But this girl does have some kind of resemblances to her. She has like the white hair, even though the white hair for Impa is because she's old. This is actually, I don't really know if this is a little girl or just a little old lady. I don't know. Snap. I don't think it matters what you're supposed to say here. Am I supposed to be paying attention? Okay, no, good. So now, this is something that, again, I got very late in my first playthrough, and I regretted it. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to upgrade our Shieka Slate. We're going to upgrade a few of our runes on it, and we're also going to gain a new one. Okay, so the new one we get is a camera, which it's isn't very essential for the main quest, but it is. You can use it for all sorts of side quests. It's actually pretty deep what you can do with the camera. It's quite a few things you can do with it. One thing is going to open up one. Really, it goes down as a main quest. I think on the quest log, one of these things is going to go down as a main quest where there will be about 12 different locations throughout the world that you have to find based on the pictures in your camera log, and they're called memory points or memory. I don't know, like captured memories, I think. So you find these specific locations that are shown on the pictures that are already in your camera, and when you find these points, you'll see like a glowing light. You'll step up to it, and then you'll hit, and then you'll get a prompt to recall your memory. And then if you collect all those, it will actually affect the ending of the game, which I don't actually. I know I did it in my first playthrough, but I didn't notice the difference. But that's again, I guess I haven't seen the ending without completing the picture quest. Yeah, let's go ahead and open up. You see right there, it's locked mementos, and I guess we can go back to Impa and she'll tell us more about it. But I mean, that's really what you're supposed to do after you come up here and get your upgrades. So what else can I do with the camera? Let's go ahead and get it out. And Also, a nice thing about the camera is that it's a more efficient way of using person mode. That's one thing about this game is that it doesn't actually have a first person mode like most other 3D Zeldas have. And usually, in order to go into first person, you'd have to hit your let's see with that. You'd have to hit your telescope thing or whatever. I can't use it. Can I not use it inside? Yeah, no, I was gonna say I forgot what button it was. But now that we have the camera, the problem with using the telescope thing is that it zooms in so much, so I can't really use that all the time for first person. Sometimes I just like to stop and look around. So that's what I use the camera for. It's the closest thing to first person mode that you're gonna get in this game. Now I know this guy can help us out as well. Uh, what? What do you need? I need. Maybe he doesn't give us anything. The runes container Shieka Slate is something we Shieka developed. Yeah, see, Shieka, you can kind of tell what they are when they have like white hair in like a bun, and they're all. This guy's a Shieka as well, so you see how he has like white hair in a bun, and there's like needles in it. Yeah. Anything else I need? Well, let's ask about the Ancient Tech Lab. I could have sworn this guy had something important for us here, but I guess not. Unless maybe... yeah, you are putting me to sleep. I really shouldn't be wasting the whole episode in here. I'm getting up to 20 minutes now, so... Let's just get the hell out of here. Screw it. I'm not gonna waste the whole time trying to figure out what this guy wants. I know you have to show him pictures of certain items, and you'll get goodies from it. But yeah, to show off more of the camera, let's pull it up really quick. Not gonna explain everything about it. Oh, we can do a self-portrait. I guess we can do a selfie. Wow, I didn't know that. Really did not know that. And you can do different poses. Did not know this. This is completely new to me. Let's actually do that. Why the hell not? I wonder what that's gonna go down as in the album. So yeah, you can hit the minus button and you can go to your album. There's that picture there. And then in these, yeah, there's 12 of these. So these are the memory pictures. So you're gonna open these up and you'll see some landmarks around the map, and if you explore the game enough, you may be able to recognize these landmarks and go to these spots. Some of them are more difficult than others. Like right here, you can see Dueling Peaks right in the background, so you kind of want to find like a lake, and like you try to get Dueling Peaks in the background, and then you find a body of water, and then this one can be kind of tough to find. Um, yeah, I mean, some are very vague, and it's like you almost need a guide to find them. And some are pretty easy. That's a pretty easy one. That's really hard. Thing is, there's actually a character that this is the hardest one right here. You just get a tree to look at and a little bit of Hyrule Castle. But anyway, I'm not gonna go through all of them. But there's one more thing I want to show with the camera before I stop messing around. But yeah, there is a character in this game who will hint you to where those locations are. So eventually we may meet him. What else do I want to show? There's one more thing I wanted to show, and then I'll get out of here. The Hyrule Compendium. We'll go over to that. And this is actually a log of creatures. Can I scoot over? Monsters, materials, equipment, and treasure. So, so really, you can log just about everything there is in this game. Every creature, like, and those would be like horses, just like any animal that isn't an enemy. The monsters would be the enemies, and then the creatures should be any kind of like animal that's not an enemy. And you just take a picture of anything. So let's take a couple pictures. Just take a picture of an apple. So that will go into our Hyrule Compendium as a material. And every single piece, every monster, creature, material, whatever you put in your Hyrule Compendium, it's gonna give you a a description of it, an in-depth description, which is just cool. Like for people like, I always like going through the game manual and reading about everything. I mean, there's not much you can really read about an apple, a common fruit found on trees all around Hyrule. Eat it fresh or cooked or increase no effect. and it'll show you common locations. It'll give you information about everything. It's so cool, and I recommend doing it if you want to learn what things do. And if you want to learn more about like enemies that are giving you trouble, you can take a picture of them, and then it might give you a tip on a good way to defeat them. It kind of serves the purpose of what Navi did. How remember how sometimes you would lock on in Ocarina of Time, you'd lock on to something with Navi, and then she'd like pop up. You know you talk to her, and she'd tell you about it. Like a lot of times it happened with enemies, which tell you about an enemy. So that's really what that does in this game. The Hyrule Compendium, I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway, I digress. So yeah, that was the main thing we're supposed to do in this town, was get that upgraded. And now what I want to do is head back to Kakariko, really, and talk to Impa. Um, I'm going to fill out this part of the map, so really my next destination is not quite Kakariko. It's going to be the tower, and then from the tower I'll see where Kakariko is, and then just go straight that way. So hopefully I can get to the tower before the end of this episode. I got about 9 minutes left. And we can unlock really a huge... This should be a huge part of the map. The one with the two major towns in it. Yeah, there's this big area between the village and the tower that's kind of dipped down. And like it's pitted down, the landscape goes lower and lower. And it's kind of cool to float over it. There's quite a bit of enemies in it, so look out. I don't want to go too low in it because then I'll have more to climb. See, the tower's raised up on some kind of mountain, or not really mountain, but some kind of rock. Ooh, is that going to be our first Moblin? Should we go with Moblins right now, or ignore it? Let's fight them. We see them right there, and some people are going to be like, no, you just fight them. There's not going to be very many people who want me to skip them. So let's go ahead and sneak up with some Bokoblins too. So the Moblins... Deer. Did it know that I'm here? They're reacting in some way. Nope, no, he saw me. Okay, let's just go ahead and fight him. So the Moblins are pretty much just larger Bokoblins. They're a lot tougher. They take more damage. So they're the third variant of like the really common enemy that we'll find in the game. You know, you have your Bokoblins, your Zalfos, and then you have your Moblins. That's the enemies that you'll find that carry around weapons and stuff. I mean, yeah, you'll find other enemies like Chuchus and Octoroks and stuff like that, but your three main classes of enemies are Bokoblins, Moblins, and Lizalfos. So the Moblins are big, tall guys, and they're the strongest of those three varieties. And they will also, just like Bokoblins, will come in colors that dictate what their strength is, and the colors are the same. So the weakest ones are red, and the next one up is blue, and then so forth. We'll see the other ones as we go. Ow! I thought I was gonna block that. Now I'm gonna lose my boomerang. Oh well, there it goes. Okay, let's grab a Boko Club. I don't know if there's anything. There should be something down here. There's a lot of enemies, so you'd think there's some kind of treasure down here. We have a fire. That shows our camp. Ooh, get a sword. Okay, I'll take that. Traveler's sword. That's something a little better than a Boko Club. Okay, let's fight him. Tried to parry him, but it didn't work out. Oh, come on, man. You're better than this. I'm gonna embarrass myself with that parry sometimes. I'm better at the dodge than the dodge and getting the flurry rush than I am at doing the parry. Ow. Ow again. Come on. Ooh, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. You just have to practice it and kind of learn what the best timing is. It all depends on the weapon that they're using. You know, like you see they haul back that Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, the Flurry Rush is a lot better to do because you can use it with all three types of weapons. You have to have a one-handed weapon with you. So that's what I really prefer to use. A Serpentine Spear. It wasn't doing that good of damage to me with it, so I'm kind of iffy about using it. I use this weaker spear on these guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna use up this whole episode fighting these guys. That's why I didn't want to come down here. But oh well, it's part of the game. You're gonna notice in some areas. I do remember this spot where there's tons of targets in the air, or not in the air, but you know, like this targets. I'm not gonna waste my arrows on it because I only have 4. But I never figure out what happens when you hit all those targets. And I have another thing breaking. Just take his spear away from him. This might take a few hits to take him out. Yeah, like, there's one point in the game where, it'll really build up your first Moblin battle, or at least, well, it's not your first Moblin battle, but for my last playthrough, my first encounter with the Moblin was built up in the cutscene. It happened, like, on an epic bridge, and it made it really make them seem more intimidating. So, that's just a thing that I'm pointing out. But let's use some vocal bat to finish him, maybe? No. I'm just taking too many hits. Let's try to get him to... Yeah, see, the way he swings that, I don't know if a dodge is gonna help me. And now I'm crouching. Just kill him! Jeez, what is... Yeah, he's taking a lot of hits to take down. I don't have very strong weapons on me right now. The best thing to do with them, I think, is to just take him out with the headshot. That was pathetic. I know I'm a better fighter than that. I put a pretty bad show on over there. I'm gonna eat. I really don't want to keep eating. See, I don't have that many meals. I'm still so early in the game. You know, eventually I'm gonna have 2 pages of meals on this. But right now, I just have baked apples, and that's it. They don't even really heal me that much. And now it's starting to rain, so you know I'm supposed to be heading up towards the towers, and it's raining. And I didn't get anything about after killing all those. So yeah, there'll be times in the game where you're going to see tons of enemies, and really, you have to kind of scout out the area before you take the time to fight all of them, because sometimes it'll just be, like that time, it will be a complete waste of time. So I do apologize about that. But that's just, you know, the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, you know, not all groups of enemies are worth fighting. Some of them, you know, just like whenever you see a group of enemies, look around the area and see if there's anything that they're guarding, any treasure or anything. If there isn't anything around there, just don't mess with them. It's just a waste of time. I mean, I guess you can get some weapons from them and stuff like that. I didn't really get much out of that. I got that Serpentine Spear, and that's about it. That's not even that great of a weapon, you know. So now I have to figure out how to get up to that tower again. Where is that? Right there? Okay. And now I'm about ready to be finished with this episode. Ooh, there's a cabin down here. Maybe I'm not completely wasting my time down here. Is this the cabin that I'm thinking of? There's a treasure in here. I don't need to take out all the enemies to get this treasure. It's 10 arrows, which is nice. I need some arrows. I'm running out. So let's break some of these barrels and not get anything for it. That's great. What about this pot? Nothing. And you can still smash pots in this Zelda game, but don't get anything from them a lot of times, which is kind of disappointing. Okay. So it's raining, so I can't really try to climb up there, nor will I be able to, even if it's not raining. Actually, it looks like I can probably go around. If I go in from this side, I can probably get up there in spite of the rain. Let's give it a shot, shall we? I'll try to make it at least halfway up this before I end the episode. You know, like I've done before, I try to put the more boring stuff at the end of episodes, like climbing, because climbing can be pretty tedious. Ooh, is this the first time we've signed this? I said that very country-like. We sign this. Yeah, this is. So sometimes you'll find gems that are, you can tell this gem here is a little bit more sparkly than this one. It has kind of more like gold pieces on it. So you definitely want to break these when you see them. You'll get better gems from them. So there we got a topaz. I don't remember how much they're worth, but they're worth, I think, 100, maybe 90. Um, 4, 5. I don't know if I told you this trick, but when you're climbing and it's raining, here's a little trick you can do to get some height. And I have to kind of pay attention to do it. 3, 4, 5. So you kind of, yeah, I still don't have enough to get up there. So I'm kind of stuck here. What I should do is go in that cabin, see if I can start a fire in there, and then pass time. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to climb this. Unless I can go around this way. This is exactly what I mean, though, about rain. It can be pretty aggravating. I might be able to go around this way. No, I can't do this when it's raining right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So every 5 seconds, or 5, like, what would you call it? Every 5 climbs. 1, 2, 3. No, shoot. You do a leap, because the it's timed perfectly every time who do is slide down. Actually, I think it's stopping raining anyway, so maybe I don't have to worry about it now. But yeah, it's timed perfectly the way he'll slide down when it's raining. Every 5 times he gets higher, he climbs up, he'll slide down. So you kind of want to count it, and on every 5th one, you want to do a leap, and then you want to time it in a way that the leap will come before he slides, and then that way you'll gain a little bit of ground every time. So it's really, I mean, when you have this low stamina, it's not gonna make a difference. But yeah, I guess now that I don't have to worry about the rain anymore, I can try to go over to where I was. I'm actually just going to end this episode off here. I apologize, I didn't make any progress up the mountain, but I will certainly do it next time. We'll get on over here, and then we'll climb up this way again at the beginning of the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for putting up with some of the boring stuff like this. But that's just part of the game, you know. I want to show this game organically the way you would normally play it if you're just playing casually. So, anyway, this has been Mike1217, and I will see you next time on Breath of the Wild.